Joining me now, a privilege to be joined by Executive Vice President of Baseball Operations and the General Manager of the Detroit Tigers, Al Avila. And Al, thank you so much. Just from a fan's perspective, how great was that for you to witness this weekend?
It was a glorious day, a glorious weekend, to tell you the truth. It was a playoff atmosphere. Everybody really had a great time.
Did you scout Miguel when you were with the Marlins organization? And tell me a little bit about going way back in the day and what you noticed about him when you first laid eyes on him.
Yeah, I was a scouting director back then, and I had two guys that worked for me. One is Louis Ohawa, who now works for the Cubs, and Miguel Garcia, who works for me presently, scouting Venezuela. They took me there, basically telling me this is the best player you're probably going to have seen in a long time, if not ever. So going there, I remember in the summer of 1998, really, and seeing him as a 15-year-old. And then we followed him for a whole year before we signed him in 1999. But, yeah, they told me the kid lives right on the other side of that wall of the baseball field, and you'll see him jumping over the fence, and then we'll get going. And sure enough, he jumped over the fence, and we started the workout.
So great to be able to witness him, and he always has a smile on his face. And the biggest thing about Miguel Cabrera is that he puts the team first. How much have you seen him develop as a leader in that clubhouse?
He is definitely a leader. Not only with the young guys, but obviously everybody in the clubhouse. It starts in Lakeland and spring training, where you see all the young players that we have in the minor leagues, how they come up to him. They're always sitting around him at lunchtime. He always makes it a point to go to the backfield and talk to those guys and hang out with them. So, for the young players in the minor leagues, he definitely, has a good role there. And in the clubhouse, you saw the interview the other day after the 3,000 hits. His main focus is to motivate the team and keep them winning and trying to get into the playoffs.
And when he had that speech in the clubhouse, Al, he said, hey, let's go win a championship. And this Detroit team is a feisty group of guys that is certainly talented. Austin Meadows has been such a compliment to your team. And what's funny is the Yankees, as they should have, intentionally walked Miggy, and then Austin Meadows made them pay. What's it been like to see him in that lineup, and what has he brought to your team?
Well, I think it was a little bit of a surprise there towards the end of spring training, and I think our players reacted really positively, and they let them know that we're all in, and our intention is to get to the playoffs. And so, luckily offnership gave us the go-ahead, and it made it, and we were able to make it happen. So our guys are motivated. This offseason was a big offseason for us, and acquiring Barnhart and Javier Baez, Eduardo Rodriguez, Pineda and Chafin, all these guys. And then at the end, bringing in Austin Meadows. Obviously, that came off of Riley Green getting hurt in spring training, and the guys know we're all in, and Miguel's a big part of it at this point, and that makes him very, very happy.
Javier Baez, such a dynamic shortstop. It was such a madness with the shortstop free agent frenzy there. He comes off the IL yesterday. Just what do you need to see from him?
Yeah, it's a little worrisome because obviously with a very short spring training, I don't think our guys really get enough at bats because of it. But then with the injury being out as long as he was, it's almost like starting a spring training all over again for him. But, right now he's healthy. He's happier on the field. I can tell you that. He's miserable off the field. So right now, just getting him enough at bats and getting him on a roll.
Let's talk a little bit about your top prospects. First, Spencer Torkelson, who, of course, made his major league debut, and then an update on Riley Green. Tell me a little bit more about those two young men.
Yeah, with Torkelson, obviously, we felt that he was ready to make that step to the big leagues just because, he's got a professional, way about him. All his at-bats, as you can see him, he grinds them out. He takes his walks. He knows how to prepare for a game now. And really, he's preparing on a day-to-day basis for 6 months, for 162 games. Right now, he's leading our team in home runs, RBIs, his on-base percentage. So, he's a professional hitter, and he's going to be fine. With Riley Green, obviously, the broken foot was a little bit of a setback, but hopefully around sometime in June, we'll get him back.
I don't know if you know this, but you and I are related. In a very circuitous way, we are related. You are the first Cuban-born general manager, and your cousin Juan married my cousin Hannah in Puerto Rico a few months ago. And I wanted to bring up these pictures because you and I, regardless if you want to be related to me or not, Senor Avila, you are related to me. So if you go to the Hall of Fame, or if you take any fun trips and you need somebody to take your luggage or anything like that, maybe we can ask Juan and Hannah if they'll take me along with you guys. How was the wedding?
Well, I went to the wedding, and that's when I found out we were related. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, it was exciting.
Who do you think got the better end of the deal? You getting into my family or me getting into yours?
Well, let's just say that we both ended up winning. Both of us did. So that's great. Actually, I was very excited. And I was very excited to be on your show today. Actually, with the Band Dog, because he's my favorite.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. He's our favorite, too. Hey, your team is off to a great start. A.J. Hinch is doing a wonderful job there. Congratulations so far, and best of luck the rest of the way. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, and thanks for that surprise. That was very cool.
You're welcome.
We'll have to stay in touch
Talk to you soon.